Hey everybody, so it's Sparrow. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, I know. It's time for an anti-haul, but because it's been a minute and I feel like the only way to do this is to anti-haul differently to commemorate coming back, we're gonna do an anti-haul of stuff that I kind of want to buy for like the channel or for myself, but I'm just gonna substitute it with stuff I already have. So if you're prepared for that, we're gonna just go ahead and get started. So first things first, we're talking about the ColourPop. They're making a primer and setting spray. I have my Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Primer, and I'm gonna go into it with a new combination idea that I may have just been having recently. It's been a minute since I wore makeup, but I'm gonna take a butt of a beauty blender, pick up some of this primer, and start pressing it into my skin. We're gonna go one step further and combine it, right? So yes, my $52 primer has a workhorse of a partner, the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. This shit is like liquid lipstick for your face. As you see, it literally mattes out my nose. I'm gonna take it on the smile line area and above my mouth because I do get oily there. And the last little bit I'm taking is gonna go right in the center of my forehead. And this primer combo is more than enough for my oily skin. There is no need to really be looking out, looking around for another primer, because this primer does its job and I should just accept that rather than trying to find something that is perfect. Like a good primer duo is better than not primed at all, right? Going into foundation, so many foundations coming out. I really want to get like the new Cover FX Power Play foundation. They're also going to be releasing a concealer that based on as well, but it's medium coverage, not that matte, long wearing foundation. I kind of already have something like that, so let's just bust out my bottle of the Too Faced Born This Way. It's also one of the big things on around the makeup track because Too Faced Born This Way just got a bunch of new shades. But I'm here in my summer color, was already in the original range. It is the color Maple. The brush I actually used for that was my Ultimate Blending Brush from e.l.f. I love this thing, it's the best. Just getting it on, going on to the next thing. So I need concealer. Too Faced just released actually their Born This Way concealer line. Unfortunately though, and fortunately for my wallet, so I just replaced one of my Holy Grail concealers, which is actually the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I wear the shade Caramel. I was going to try another shade, but it was so, not yellow, but, well, yellow. So I'm just going to apply it to all the high points of my face, staying away from my eye area, unlike this side. Staying away from my eye area so I can get as lifted of a look on my face as possible. Not really going to highlight the forehead. So, because the Too Faced concealer is boasting full coverage, and the only thing that I really see about it that I'm like, oh, what's interesting is it's got like a big fat wand, kind of like Shape Tape, but it's Too Faced, so everyone likes Too Faced. I'm gonna blend this all out with my beauty blender, and and again, avoiding the under eye. I'm just gonna take my foundation brush and kind of tone down the sides of my mouth. And this is just to blend out the edges of my highlight, since it still is a highlight. For my brows, because I need to do that before I do my actual eye concealer. For the brows, I was looking at, before she fell so quickly from grace, the Kat Von D Super Brow product. I mean, I really wanted that. I have plenty of brow products from brands that aren't shitty. I'm just going to go ahead with my Too Faced Chocolate Brow Knees pencil instead. Okay, and I am realizing there might be if I add too many Too Faced products to this video though, it might get a little sponsored sounding. It's not, because Too Faced does not want me. They have Jackie Ina. What they need with a yellow neutral black girl with weird hair. And then going in to clean up whatever horrendous brow strokes like this one right here. I'm going to clean them up with my other perfect concealer, which is why we don't buy eye primer in this house. We have Tatcha, and we have NARS Soft Matte Concealer. I'm going to take it on this little essence brush and clean up under my eyebrows as quickly as possible. Alright, so for my actual eye area, once you have brows on, you can do this. I'm going to go ahead and go into my NARS Soft Matte Concealer with a beauty blender, pick a little bit up, and start concealing this horrendous under eye area that I call life. Seriously, and then blending it up towards my eyebrow where I cleaned up my brow. I'm also using, it's the same color as my Radiant Creamy, and they're the same tone. So when I go into the eye area, I actually don't even have to worry about those two colors kind of being similar, the same, not the same, because they are. They're the exact same product. Okay, now that I look more like my normal wake and bake self, let's go ahead and set my under eye. The Huda Beauty Easy Bake powders look great, but they're also super duper controversial right now, which is why everyone's either buying them or not buying them and then saying exactly the same thing, which is you shouldn't have copied Beauty Bakery. I am in the market for a new baking powder because my Patrick Star I'm running out of, and also it's limited edition, so I don't think it's gonna come back. Patrick Star keeps hinting that it might, or that he's begging MAC to do it, but you know, sometimes, I mean, they've been listening to him a lot. I don't know if they're gonna keep listening to him, so we're just gonna keep looking around. But I am gonna admit I am in the market for a new setting powder since this Patrick Star one's going to run out. Like, I've been beating into it, though it is holding on. Like, it's been holding on for a while now. So I'm, you know, gonna be good and shut up. Alright, on to the eyes. The Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills is my purple loving dream. But it does look just like the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, but less warm toned. This one though, the Huda Beauty, first I'm taking Eden into the crease on both eyes. The Huda Beauty one though, I wouldn't necessarily say is so closely related because since it came out much earlier, it's in a different trend cycle. The Huda Beauty one is more warm toned. It's got a lot of rusty browns, rusty red colors to complement the orange and purple that they also are giving you in the palette. When they do that, it is different than, so it's different than the ABH because the ABH is actually all, is more cool tone with like one orange thrown in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw on this orange color called Blazing. And I really do want the Norvina palette. I love the packaging and I love Anastasia's like shadow formula. My Huda's formula is okay, but I do spend a lot of time building it up to the intensity that I want and blending it out. I'm gonna take this little small purple essence brush I bought and take it into Amethyst, which is the purple shade in the palette, and just put it right in my crease like a weird little line because I feel like being not creative but not creative. Just hopefully works for whatever I'm trying to do. It's really scratchy actually. Let's not do that. Let's just use my It's My Ray Ray number 7. It's the same shape of brush, but I know it's soft and it'll do the exact same job without irritating my eye. Ooh, I know what I wanted to do. Someone did this like really pretty look, and like all I could think about was how stunning it was. And one of the most stunning things about it was like a cut crease with the purple, and then the color on the lid was lighter than the cut crease purple, and then she smoked more purple on the lash line, and that's what my ultimate goal is if I can do that. So go ahead and just take my brush that I was blending the other colors with and kind of soften that line though. I don't want it to look really harsh because I still have to go out in the daylight, and I'm not going to throw giant falsies over it to hide. I'm bad at blending, so I need to blend. I don't like wearing false lashes, they irritate me. Alright, now I'm going to take Retrograde, which is like one of their shimmery duochrome shades. I'm just going to pop that on the lid. And it kind of doesn't really have a base, which is perfect for this because I don't really want it to detract from the purple in the crease. But it's also a little greeny, which I wasn't really going for. That's fine. Okie pokey, so I did all of that. I'm just going to take a little bit more of Amethyst on the very tip of the brush, and I'm just going to drag it towards my lash line. Kind of just rubbing it right along there. Kind of trying to like make it into like a V shape on the outer corner of my eye. It's kind of working, so I'm just going to leave it like this just because as much as I want to really smoke it out, it's also the middle of the day. And I got somewhere to be. I ain't got time to really be making this all extra super dramatic, you know. I highlight this inner corner, and I'm going to go in with my favorite highlight shade from the palette, which is Nefertiti, which is like this gold shade, like a really light gold shade. And I'm just going to pop it right in there in the corner. And where's this eyeshadow? Take a little touch of retrograde, just the tiniest touch, and pop it right on top of Nefertiti to give it that green sparkle though. And kind of tie it into the rest of the eyelid, rather than it kind of just, you know, being kind of off. Alright, so let's just go ahead and knock off this bake. We're going to use another powder. This is my Black Opal finishing powder. We take some of that on a fluffy brush and just knock off. I'm kind of erasing my own highlight. I need to stop while I'm ahead, because I'm going to erase my whole, like, I still got a contour. The Becca x Chrissy Teigen Round 2 kind of combined some of the assets that they had, including a shimmery bronzer. I don't know about you, but I love a good matte bronzer because I can just add a shimmer on top. I haven't spent enough time in the sun to be like into really shimmery bronzers yet. Like, as you guys can see, I'm just not picking up enough color. So I'm going to use my MAC Patrick Star Give Me Life bronzing powder on my It's My Ray Ray #1 brush. This is like my favorite brush. Like, these brushes are amazing. Every time I'm like, you know what, I want a brush that's going to give me a different look or a different application, I end up grabbing one of these and love the way it applies. I don't know why I don't just use these all the time. Probably because I spend too much money on a lot of brushes and I'm still using the same fucking ones. Natasha Denona is putting out more highlighting powders that are so beautiful and they're so natural. And my ratchet ass sat here and was like, where is my Bobbi Brown? Already did that though, and I already have it. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Bobbi to Glow highlighting trio, and I'm going to go ahead and do that weird highlighting thing that I usually do. And I'm going to use the trick I used from my glass skin attempt video and take a big fluffy brush, swirl it in, tap off as much excess as possible, and then apply highlighter on the face to give myself a more natural glow. I'm going to take my Sigma E38 really quick into that same highlighter and just gently highlight underneath my brow. Again, using a big fluffy brush is going to give you that soft diffused look instead of like a big chunky highlighter look. I'm just going to take a little or on the top lip over here. I'm going to set my face, and again, the ColourPop setting sprays. I've tried them. They don't really do anything. I'm going to stick with my Boscia White Charcoal Mattifying Setting Spray. I have a video on this. It's so old. God, that video is old. I want you to watch it. Just for yourself. This feels so good because it's summer. Like, you don't even understand. It's not like a super hot day in LA, but it's still like, oh God, that feels so nice. Okay, most of it's, I don't need it to be dry. We're gonna go ahead and set my eyebrows. So Milk Makeup, along with their Kush mascara, they're also doing their Kush eyebrow gel. I'm gonna stick with my Essence Make Me Brow, which is what people think is the dupe for Benefit Give Me Brow. It's not, but I do know that I'm still on the Glossier website looking at boy brow, like, when do I buy this? Because I really do want to do like videos on certain brands, but also I don't want to spend like hundreds and thousands of dollars trying out new stuff that I don't think you guys want to see. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara. I can't think of a new mascara that was coming out that I was like, oh my god, but I have my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I did a video on this where I compared it to the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and the answer is they're very comparable. You know, do what you gotta do in that situation. I do like my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise a lot. I have bought many tubes over months and months and months. I replace the tube when the formula gets kind of dry, which is usually around the 3-month mark. But to be honest, I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm also gonna go ahead and take my Maybelline the Rocket Volume Express, and that's gonna go ahead and separate my lashes. Okay. And then finally for the lips, there's so many new lip products, lip glosses. I fucking hate lip gloss, so I don't have to anti-haul those. But recently I refound a lipstick that I love, so I'm gonna wear that. But now I have to figure out, where did I leave it on this countertop? Alright, so I left, got dressed and all that shit. I did not find the one I was looking for, so I put on one of my favorite lip combos instead to make myself feel better. That's the MAC X Samantha Ravindal and then the ColourPop BFF3 liner. It just makes this nice, like, light nudie lip that is actually wearable. I'll just take the combo with me to touch up. It's also not dry looking, especially since it's summer. You know, we gotta go no liner, mascara, all that good stuff. So this is the finished look of the anti-haul. I mean, it really makes you think, do I really need all these products when I can look slan and bomb and I didn't buy anything new? Anyway, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on what you anti-hauling and what could you dupe it with in your own collection. And if you like videos like mine, you can go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye!